Muhammad Ali's trainer, Angelo Dundee, was about to lose his house. The bank had sent the foreclosure notice. He had 30 days to come up with $75,000 or lose everything he'd worked for his entire life. Angelo had given Ali everything: his skills, his strategy, his corner wisdom that had made Ali the greatest boxer who ever lived. Now, Angelo needed help, but he was too proud to ask. So Ali did something that shocked the boxing world. At 39 years old, with his body broken and his doctors begging him to stop, he came out of retirement to fight one more time. Not for glory, not for himself, but to save the man who'd saved him. The year was 1981, and Muhammad Ali had just fought his last professional fight. The bout against Trevor Berbick in the Bahamas had been painful to watch. Ali was slow, his reflexes gone, his legendary speed reduced to a shuffle. He'd lost a 10-round decision, and even the most devoted Ali fans had to admit the truth. The greatest was done. His body couldn't do what his heart wanted anymore. Ali announced his retirement the day after the Berbick fight. He was 39 years old, had fought 61 professional fights, and his hands trembled slightly from the early signs of what would later be diagnosed as Parkinson's disease. "It's time," he told reporters. "I've given everything to boxing. Now I need to give something to myself and my family." Angelo Dundee, who'd been in Ali's corner for 20 years and 27 fights, stood beside him at that press conference. Angelo was 60 years old, a legendary trainer who'd worked with 15 world champions, but none had been as special to him as Ali. They'd been through everything together: the championship victories, the government taking away Ali's license, the comeback, the rumble in the jungle, the thriller in Manila. Angelo had been there for all of it. "Go rest, champ," Angelo said, his arm around Ali's shoulders. "You've earned it." What Ali didn't know was that Angelo was in serious financial trouble. Despite training world champions for decades, Angelo had never been good with money. He'd been too generous, too trusting, too willing to help young fighters who couldn't pay him. He'd co-signed loans for people who'd disappeared. He'd invested in businesses that had failed. And now, at 60 years old, he was broke. The house in Miami Mize, the one Angelo had bought with his wife Helen back in 1962, the one where he'd raised his family, the one filled with photographs and memories and boxing gloves signed by champions, was being foreclosed on by the bank. He owed $75,000 in back payments and loans, and he had no way to pay it. Angelo had tried everything. He'd reached out to other fighters he'd trained, asking if they needed a trainer. He'd tried to get loans, but banks wouldn't lend to a 60-year-old with no steady income. He'd even considered selling his prized possessions. Championship belts fighters had given him historic boxing memorabilia that would break his heart to part with. But Angelo never told Ali. He didn't want to burden the fighter who'd already given him so much. Ali had his own problems. His health was failing. He had a family to support, and the Parkinson's symptoms were getting worse. Angelo figured he'd find a way to solve his own problems. But Helen Dundee, Angelo's wife, couldn't watch her husband suffer in silence anymore. One afternoon in late 1981, she called Lonnie Ali, Muhammad's wife. "Lonnie, I need to tell you something," Helen said, her voice breaking. "Angelo's going to kill me for calling, but I don't know what else to do. We're losing the house. The bank is foreclosing. We have 30 days. Lonnie was shocked. "What? How much do you need?" $75,000, Helen said quietly. "I know it's a lot. I know Muhammad just retired. I shouldn't have called. I'm sorry." "Helen, stop," Lonnie said firmly. "Muhammad would want to know. Angelo has given us everything. You should have called sooner." That evening, Lonnie told Ali about Angelo's situation. Ali's reaction was immediate and emotional. He stood up from the dinner table, his hands shaking with anger, not at Angelo but at the situation. "Why didn't he tell me?" Ali demanded. "Angelo's been in my corner for 20 years. He's family, and he's losing his house. And didn't say anything?" "You know Angelo," Lonnie said gently. "He's too proud. He didn't want to ask." Ali paced the room, his mind racing. $75,000. He had money, but most of it was tied up in investments and trust funds for his children. He could probably get a loan, but it would take time, and time was something Angelo didn't have. Then Ali stopped pacing. An idea had come to him. An idea that Lonnie immediately recognized and hated. "No," she said, before he even spoke. "Absolutely not. I could fight again," Ali said. "Your last fight was a disaster," Lonnie reminded him. "The doctors said you shouldn't fight anymore. Your hands are already shaking. Another fight could make it worse." "One fight," Ali said. "One exhibition fight. Or maybe a real one if someone will pay enough. I can make 75,000 in one night." "Mohammed, you announced your retirement 3 months ago. If you come back now, people will say you're desperate for money. It'll hurt your legacy." Ali shook his head. "I don't care about legacy right now. I care about Angelo. That man believed in me when nobody else did. When they took away my license for refusing Vietnam, Angelo waited. When I was broke, Angelo trained me for free. When I wanted to quit, after losing to Frazier, Angelo made me believe I could still be champion. I owe him everything." "You don't owe him a fight that could permanently damage your health," Lonnie argued. But Ali's mind was made up. "I'm doing it. Angelo saved me. Now I save him." The next day, Ali called his promoter Bob Arum. "I need a fight," he said. "Fast. And I need a guarantee of at least $75,000. Arum was silent for a long moment. "Champ, you just retired. What's going on?" "I need the money for something important," Ali said. "Can you make it happen or not?" "I can make it happen," Arum said slowly. "But Mohammed, are you sure? Your last fight wasn't good. I don't want to see you get hurt." "I'm sure," Ali said. "Set it up." Within 2 weeks, Arum had arranged an exhibition fight in Detroit. It wouldn't be a sanctioned bout, just a 4-round exhibition against a journeyman fighter named James Tillis. The purse was $100,000, enough to save Angelo's house and have money left over. Ali began training, but his body betrayed him immediately. He couldn't run more than a mile without getting winded. His hands hurt when he hit the heavy bag. His reflexes were shot. His trainer, not Angelo, who still didn't know what Ali was planning, watched with concern. "Champ, you're not ready for this," the trainer said. "Even for an exhibition, this is rough." "I don't need to be ready to win," Ali said, breathing hard. "I just need to be ready to survive 4 rounds." 2 days before the fight, Ali finally told Angelo what he'd done. Angelo was in his gym in Miami, working with a young heavyweight, when Ali walked in unannounced. Angelo's face lit up when he saw his old fighter. "Champ, what brings you here?" "I need to talk to you," Ali said. Privately. They went into Angelo's small office, barely bigger than a closet, filled with filing cabinets and old fight posters. "I know about the house," Ali said. Angelo's face went white. "How did you, Helen?" "She told you." "She told Lonnie. And Lonnie told me." "Angelo, why didn't you say something?" Angelo looked down at his hands, those hands that had wrapped Ali's fists before every fight, that had cut the swelling from Ali's eyes, that had pushed him out for one more round when Ali wanted to quit. "You've got your own problems, champ. Your health, your family. I wasn't going to add to that. Angelo, your family," Ali said, "and I've got $75,000 for you." Angelo's head snapped up. "What? No. Mohammed, I can't take your money. I won't." "You're not taking it," Ali said. "I'm earning it. I've got a fight in 2 days. In Detroit. 4-round exhibition. The purse is 100,000. 75 is yours." Angelo stood up so fast, his chair fell backward. "You did what? Mohammed? You retired. You can't fight again." "I can, and I am," Ali said calmly. "Your hands are already shaking. Another fight could make it permanent. You could get seriously hurt. Or I could get through 4 rounds, take the money, and save your house," Ali replied. "Angelo, you've been saving me since 1960. You saved my career. You saved my confidence. You saved me from giving up 100 times. Now it's my turn to save you." "Not like this," Angelo said, his voice breaking. "Not by risking your health. I'd rather lose the house." "Well, too bad," Ali said with a slight smile. "The fight's already booked, the contract's signed, and you're going to be in my corner, just like always." Angelo sat down heavily in his chair, his head in his hands. For a long moment, he couldn't speak. When he finally looked up, there were tears in his eyes. "Why would you do this?" he asked quietly. "Because you never asked for anything," Ali said. 20 years, Angelo. 20 years you gave me everything. You never asked for a bigger cut. You never asked for special treatment. You just showed up and made me better. The least I can do is show up for you now." The Detroit exhibition fight was everything everyone feared it would be. Ali was slow, his punches had no power, and by the 3rd round he was exhausted. James Tillis, who respected Ali too much to really hurt him, basically carried Ali through 4 rounds, making it look competitive without doing any real damage. The crowd of 8,000 people cheered anyway, because they understood what they were watching wasn't really a fight. It was a testament to loyalty and love. Word had spread about why Ali was fighting, and instead of being embarrassed, people were moved. When the exhibition ended, it wasn't scored, just completed. Ali raised Tillis's hand in respect, then turned to his corner, where Angelo was standing with tears streaming down his face. "We did it, Angie," Ali said, exhausted and hurting but smiling. "We won." 3 days later, Ali handed Angelo a check for $75,000. Angelo tried one more time to refuse it, but Ali wouldn't hear it. "This isn't charity," Ali said. "This is payment for 20 years of you saving my career, my confidence, and my life. If anything, I'm underpaying you." Angelo saved his house. He and Helen lived there for another 20 years, and every time Angelo walked through that front door, he thought about the fighter who'd risked his health to save it. Years later, after Ali's Parkinson's had progressed and he could barely speak, Angelo would visit him regularly. They'd sit together in comfortable silence. These 2 men who'd shared so much history. During one visit, Helen asked Angelo, "Do you ever regret letting Muhammad fight that exhibition, knowing it might have made his condition worse?" Angelo thought for a long moment before answering. "Every day," he said quietly. "But you know what Muhammad told me after that fight?" He said, "Angelo, you spent 20 years making sure I could hold my head up in the ring. I spent 4 rounds making sure you could hold your head up in your home. That's what brothers do." The story of Ali's exhibition fight to save Angelo's house became one of boxing's most beautiful footnotes. It reminded everyone that the sport, for all its violence and brutality, could also produce moments of profound loyalty and love. Muhammad Ali fought 62 professional fights in his career. The last one, against Trevor Berbick, was the one that ended his legend in the ring. But the exhibition in Detroit, the one that didn't count in the record books, the one he fought not for glory, but for gratitude, that might have been his most important fight of all. It proved that greatness isn't just about what you accomplish for yourself. Sometimes, greatness is about what you're willing to sacrifice for the people who helped you become great in the first place. Angelo Dundee passed away in 2012 at the age of 90, still living in the house that Ali had saved. Muhammad Ali was too sick to attend the funeral, but he sent a statement that was read aloud. "Angelo made me the greatest in the ring, but he made me a better man outside of it. Saving his house wasn't paying a debt. It was honoring a friendship that saved my life." In the end, that's what the Detroit exhibition was really about. Not boxing, but brotherhood. Not fighting, but family. Not the sport, but the soul. If this story of loyalty and sacrifice moved you, please subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Share this video with someone who's ever helped you succeed, or someone who needs to remember that true friendship means showing up when it matters most. Let us know in the comments, who's the person who believed in you when nobody else did? How did you thank them? Ring that notification bell for more incredible stories about the bonds that make legends human.